Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome back to OTB. Let's go ahead and dive right in. We do this every Tuesday. It's my pleasure to welcome in the LSU Head Football coach, Coach Ed Orgeron, on the jimsfirearm.net hotline. We'll start with the news from Friday, Coach. The Hutch Blackwell report came out, and I was wondering what your thoughts were when you read and heard the findings along with the rest of us.
Yeah, obviously it was deeply saddened and disappointed about what it revealed. But, myself and our staff are committed to fully implementing the protocols prescribed by the university and the experts is retained. This is a very serious matter.
And we'll see where it continues to go. And here's to hoping that you and the team and everybody else can help to be the agents of positive change there on campus. And Coach, when you look right now, it is March 9th. I believe spring ball. What is spring ball? March 18th. I mean, we're 9 days away. You're in the middle of fourth quarter, at least a week in the books. How's fourth quarter been going so far?
Been great, man. Tommy Boffin and staff have done a tremendous job. Our new coaches and our old coaches, everybody's doing the drills exactly how we want them to do. Very demanding, but you got to give it to the team. There's been some tremendous leadership. We've had some great fourth-quarter drills last week. We had a good football school yesterday. We'll have 2 fourth-quarter drills this week on Tuesday and Wednesday. Then we'll have a football school on Thursday. And then we start spring practice on Tuesday, March 16th, will be our first day.
Coach, I was at an event with a couple of defensive linemen, and I was asking them about Andre Carter and just kind of the impact that he's made in his short time here. And it's almost like they stood up a little bit taller. They got a big smile on their face, and they could not stop talking about the things they've already learned from Andre Carter, his experiences in the NFL, and just the things that he's brought to the table already. And they said you cannot hide from his energy.
No question. You remember his dad was a great player,
yeah.
Reuben Carter. I mean, he's got football in his genes. He's been around football all his life. 80.5 sacks. He's coaching football because he loves it. He loves the kids. He has a great demeanor about himself. And as you guys know, to be a great pass rusher, you got to have some energy about yourself. He has energy about himself every day, and it's translating to the players.
Coach, they also said that he could crush any fourth-quarter program still.
I think so. Yeah, I think he can still play, no question.
Coach, I want to talk to you about one of your D linemen because last week on the program, you said something that I found impressive for him and a bit surprising, and that was when you said, Andre Anthony is one of the unquestioned leaders of this defense. And then you think about the year he had last year where he really started to come on. Now, again, you get a guy in Andre Carter with the 80.5 sacks to teach him. Like, how is Andre Anthony's offseason going? And as a coach, what are your kind of expectations for him?
Been phenomenal. Obviously, I was involved in recruiting Andre. I are very close. I'm expecting him to be the leader of the defense along with other guys and the leader of that defensive front. And, to have all those guys coming back, him and Ali are best friends. They hang around together. Glenn and Neil hang around together all the time. BJ's in that mix. You talk about Ali Gay, Andre Anthony, and BJ Ujulari, some of the 3 best ends in the SEC.
Yeah, and when you look on the other side of the ball as well, obviously the offensive line, everybody returning there, those relationships very tight. Have you seen during this fourth quarter and kind of during this spring, are you on the lookout for kind of which young guys are going to try to step up to the level of those older guys?
Yes, they have to. And right now, because these guys have played for 4 years, there's still a gap. And there's still a gap for us to close. But you know what? You guys like Anthony Bradford is losing weight. Marcus Somerville is getting stronger. Marlon Martinez has been solid. Cam Wire, he played well for us last year. So those guys are closing the gap, but there's still a ways to go.
Coach, obviously we've seen a couple of pictures come out of the fourth quarter program, and T-Bob and we've talked about what it means, and organically you have these leaders that always step up during the fourth quarter program. Has there been anybody that you've kind of noticed has really stepped up and taken charge?
Myles Brennan is competing. I just let it go. Leadership is going to happen. You guys know it. You are both leaders, and you got to let it happen. It doesn't manifest itself. Just let it go. And, when it gets tough, we want to see who's the guys leading out there. And right now, Myles is doing a great job of leading the offense. Liam Shanahan, those guys right there, Ed Ingram, those guys have been solid. Austin Douglas has been solid. And then another guy who's come to us from Gina who really loves, one of our top leaders, is Dre Jenkins.
Yeah, Dre Jenkins. It seems like he came on last year as well, Coach. Is that when that process for Jenkins kind of started?
Yep, he came along, and obviously a little raw coming from Gina, but we saw some things in him. He really catches the ball, runs great routes, outstanding young man. I'm so happy for him. He had a tragedy in his life, losing his mom, and the things that he has overcome in his personal life. I'm just so happy for Dre.
Talking to Coach Ed Orgeron here on Off the Bench, LSU head football coach. Spring ball just 9 days away, Coach. I know y'all got to be getting very excited to get back on an actual practice field with pads, hitting football. Are you starting to feel some of that juice between Pete's and Coach Jones right now?
Oh yeah, it's coming. I stoked it up yesterday at the end of football school. I told the defense man, I'm telling you what, you should hear what the offense is saying about the defense. Just stoking the fire, man, every day.
I love that. Hey, Coach, a couple of weeks ago we had Devin White on the show, and we were just talking to him about his LSU days and his Super Bowl run. And I just got to ask you kind of if you had the opportunity to watch what he did in the postseason, because for me, that guy's just truly special. And you could tell like what LSU meant to him and kind of where it got him to this point in his life. Can you kind of just talk about Devin White and how he played down the postseason stretch?
Yeah. Well, outstanding, like a Hall of Famer. But you know what, Jacob? It was hard for him to leave.
Yeah.
He felt like we were going to win a championship. He sat in my office and said, Coach, this is the hardest decision I have had to make. Here's the first round guy, but he wanted to stay and win that champ. He wanted that ring for Louisiana, so I'm so glad that he got the ring and the speed and the way he attacks the ball and his knowledge. I think that he's only going to get better.
Yeah, I mean, even last year, right? If you look at his pass coverage from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, it's completely different, and it culminated in him being dominant by playoff time. So Coach, you and Devin White obviously had a very good relationship, and then when you came on last week, you were speaking about you took the leadership council out to eat, and you said one of the goals of this offseason was to invest in these relationships, invest early, invest often, so that nothing can kind of come between the team and the staff and the team. Just give us an update on that process. Maybe not even just with yourself, but with these new coaches as well.
Yeah, I see our new coaches here on Saturday. I'm talking to our guys. We have academic meetings on Monday. We're invested in all phases of their life, whatever it may be. We let them know that we care about them, that we want them to have success. We want them to graduate here, obviously. We want them to be good young men. We have seminars, with all the stuff going on. We have seminars and just spending time, get to know our guys. And I kind of enjoy it because we get to know them a little bit better on a personal basis. And I'll see our coaches investing in them a lot more, and you're going to see the results on the field. I'm sure of it.
Well, Coach, I'm really glad to hear that, because as T-Bob and I, we were talking, like when you're playing, like a lot of times because coaches have so many duties, like you don't really get a chance to see them outside of the practice field or the meeting room. So I am very glad to hear that y'all have that opportunity to kind of learn more about each other and have those relationships.
Yeah, they saw me in blue jeans for the first time, man.
There you go. There you go. That's the guard is down. You see
right.
a man in denim, and it changes everything.
Oh, I love it.
Coach, so what's on the docket today? What you got going on today and the rest of the week?
Yeah. Well, we had a good football school yesterday, so the coaches are really studying the film. You like this? We put in goal line offense yesterday,
Okay.
T-Bob.
Oh yeah, big
And
boy.
there was some extra linemen in there. There was some linemen playing fullback.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, still fullback.
I think we split them out and gave Darryl Rosenthal a pass on those fades. So the guys were fired up.
Wow, y'all threw him a fade? Go high point?
Yeah. So the big men got thrown a bone yesterday, so they all fired up. So we're studying that with the things that we're putting in. We're installing. We're going full speed ahead. Then we got 4-quarter drills. We're going to be outside today on a beautiful day. You can smell it out there. Spring's right around the corner. Our team is fired up.
Fourth quarter outside. Sounds kind of nice in this weather. All right, Coach. Well, you have a great day. Me and Jake, I think we'll see you actually at the Coach's Caravan tomorrow night, which everybody should check out, 6:30 to 8:30. But you have a great day, and we'll talk to you next Tuesday.
Appreciate you guys. Go Tigers.
Yes, sir. That's Coach Ed Orgeron, head coach of the LSU football team, every Tuesday here, Jim's Farm.net hotline.
Real quick, I mentioned I was at an event with some defensive linemen. I got a chance to speak with B.J. Ojulari really for the first time. Very impressed with that young man. And you hear Coach O say his name with other veteran players. He puts him in the group with Andre Anthony and Ali Gay and some of the older guys on this team. Remember, he is only a sophomore, but having a conversation with him, I can completely understand why he's in that group.
What makes it? How many sacks did he end up with last year? Was it 3 or 4?
Yeah.
He had, in like a freshman, he had his up games, his kind of games where he maybe didn't show up that as much. But
in his role too, off the edge, being a little undersized, obviously he's trying to figure out the best case scenario for his body type. And once you learn that, and we've seen it in a bunch of guys kind of in that lean outside edge rusher body type. If he can figure it out, he's got all the tools to lead the SEC in sacks.
Put that man on the edge and third down, and the rest will work itself out. I mean, really, between him, Anthony, and Ali Gay, dude, that is a pass rushing trio that could do some work right there. I'm really excited for Ali Gay year 2. I mean, just the improvement in the middle of the season gets me hyped up. All right, when we get back, let's close out hour number 1 here on Off.